Opportunities are not always about grand gestures or major life events. They often come in the form of small actions, an invitation, a conversation, a choice that require mindfulness to act upon. By failing to notice these moments, they allow their life's trajectory to be determined more by chance than conscious intention, drifting along with circumstances rather than steering their own course. Moreover, the loss of opportunities compounds over time. Each missed chance diminishes confidence, motivation, and the ability to recognize future possibilities. Carelessness becomes a habit, creating a cycle where the individual increasingly underestimates the value of presence and awareness. While life is abundant with potential, it is only those who are alert and intentional who can harness it fully. A careless approach blinds one to the richness that exists in every moment, leaving life as a collection of what could have been rather than a canvas painted with deliberate and meaningful choices. Carelessness has a profound impact on the mind, filling it with unnecessary clutter. When a person is inattentive, every thought, distraction, and unexamined impulse accumulates like debris in a room that is never cleaned. The mind becomes crowded with conflicting ideas, worries, regrets, and random fragments of attention that pull the individual in multiple directions. This clutter prevents clarity, making decision making difficult and creating a persistent sense of confusion or mental fatigue. Without conscious effort to organize and focus, the mind drifts aimlessly, and even small tasks can feel overwhelming or stressful. A cluttered mind also reduces the ability to notice subtle details or patterns that are crucial for growth and understanding. Careless individuals often overlook important signs, fail to process information fully, or misinterpret situations because their attention is scattered. Thoughts that could provide insight or guidance get lost amidst the noise, leaving the person reactive rather than proactive. Mental clarity requires careful observation and deliberate engagement, but when carelessness dominates, the mind functions on autopilot, missing opportunities to learn, grow, and respond appropriately to life's complexities. Furthermore, the constant noise of an unorganized mind affects emotional and physical well being. Anxiety, frustration, and restlessness often arise from an inability to focus or prioritize. Sleep, creativity, and productivity suffer because the brain is never given space to rest or process information effectively. The careless person may not realize that mental clutter is the root cause of many of their struggles, blaming external circumstances instead of recognizing the consequences of inattentive living. A mind that is cared for, in contrast, becomes a powerful tool for understanding, connection, and purposeful action, but without attention, it remains a battlefield of distraction and confusion. Careless people often move through life without truly experiencing it, missing the profound beauty and subtlety that exist in every moment. Life is not merely a sequence of events to be endured or tasks to be completed. It is an intricate tapestry of sensations, emotions, and experiences. When one is inattentive or disengaged, even the most remarkable moments, the laughter of a friend, the quiet of early morning, the warmth of sunlight, slip by unnoticed. The world becomes flat and monotonous, not because it lacks depth, but because the individual has not cultivated the awareness necessary to perceive it. This disconnection extends beyond sensory experiences into emotional and spiritual realms. Careless individuals often fail to engage deeply with their own feelings or the feelings of others. Relationships remain superficial, conversations are mechanical, and emotions are rarely explored or understood. The richness of human connection is muted, and opportunities for empathy, compassion, and shared joy are missed. By not tuning into the deeper currents of life, they live on the surface, unaware of the layers of meaning and insight that could transform ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. Say, your turn. Moreover, disconnection from life's essence impacts creativity, purpose, and fulfillment. When one is careless, The ability to see patterns, grasp opportunities, and respond intuitively to situations diminishes. Decisions are often guided by habit or impulse rather than understanding, leading to a life that feels mechanical and fragmented. Even achievements can feel hollow because they are not rooted in presence or awareness. Life's true vitality is revealed only when attention is fully engaged, when one participates consciously rather than drifts unconsciously, and when the beauty, complexity, and interconnectedness of existence are experienced directly rather than missed in distraction. Carelessness is never contained within the individual. It naturally extends outward, affecting everyone and everything connected to them. A careless word, action, or decision can create ripples that disturb the lives of others, often in ways that are not immediately visible. Families, friends, colleagues, and even strangers can bear the consequences of inattentive behavior. While a careless person may believe their actions are harmless, life operates as an intricate web of interconnections where every act has the potential to influence multiple outcomes. Neglect, indifference, or lack of awareness can therefore create unintended tension, conflict, or suffering in the wider world. The ripple effect of carelessness can be subtle yet powerful. In workplaces, small lapses in responsibility or attention can lead to errors that affect team performance or project outcomes. In families, neglect of emotional needs or failure to honor commitments can erode trust and create long term emotional distance. Even in nature, careless human behavior, such as waste, neglect, or disregard for the environment, has consequences that extend far beyond the individual. The impact of carelessness is not always immediate or obvious, but over time it accumulates, creating patterns of disruption that are difficult to reverse. Furthermore, the ripple effect of carelessness also shapes the culture and energy of communities. When inattentive or negligent behavior becomes normalized, it influences others to adopt similar patterns, perpetuating cycles of indifference and disengagement. In this way, one person's carelessness can indirectly contribute to a collective erosion of mindfulness, responsibility, and compassion. Awareness, on the other hand, multiplies its positive effects, strengthening trust, cooperation, and harmony across relationships and communities. The contrast between the effects of carelessness and conscious living highlights the profound responsibility each individual carries, not as a burden, but as an opportunity to shape the quality of life for themselves and those around them. Awareness is the foundation upon which carelessness is dismantled. It begins with a simple but profound shift, choosing to observe life rather than drift through it unconsciously. When a person cultivates awareness, they start noticing the subtle patterns of their thoughts, emotions, and actions. Small acts like listening attentively, walking mindfully, or speaking with intention become exercises in presence. Each moment becomes an opportunity to practice clarity and discernment. In this way, awareness transforms even ordinary tasks into meaningful experiences, gradually rewiring the mind to operate with precision and care. Beyond the personal level, awareness creates a ripple effect in relationships and surroundings. When a person is fully present, their interactions are richer, their words more thoughtful, and their actions more responsible. The energy of attention influences others, encouraging empathy, patience, and understanding. Mistakes are recognized and corrected early, and conflicts are avoided or resolved with grace. Awareness allows one to act deliberately rather than react impulsively, turning life from a series of accidents into a conscious, harmonious flow. The careless patterns that once dominated the mind lose their power, replaced by intentional engagement with every aspect of life. Furthermore, cultivating awareness is not a one-time effort but a continuous practice. It requires vigilance, reflection, and discipline because the mind naturally drifts toward distraction. Even small lapses can lead to carelessness creeping back into thought and behavior. Yet the effort is profoundly rewarding. With consistent attention, life unfolds with clarity, depth, and alignment. Every action, no matter how minor, gains significance because it is informed by conscious choice. In essence, awareness is the lens through which life is truly seen, understood, and shaped, offering a path from scattered existence to meaningful, intentional living. In the end, carelessness is not a flaw to condemn, but a signal, a reminder that life calls us to awaken. Every moment offers a choice to drift through life unconsciously or to live with awareness, attention, and care. By cultivating presence, we not only transform ourselves but also the world around us, turning ordinary interactions into meaningful connections and fleeting moments into profound experiences. Annie, let us embrace life with intention, observe it with clarity, and act with responsibility. For it is in conscious living that the true richness of existence reveals itself.